Hello, the Temple of Hathor. The Temple of Hathor is in Dendera. The city is found at the edge of the desert. There is a towering gate which leads us to a ruined courtyard and the 6 columns which surround the temple. What is most impressive is the 4 identical rows of massive Hathor-headed columns. They all have a kind of musical rattle associated with Hathor and symbolic of any celebration. Inside we find statues of many Roman emperors, many of whom have never even visited the temple. The whole of the walls of the temple are filled with hieroglyphics. It looks as if the priests became aware that their culture was coming to a close, so they decided to display these sacred writings on the walls to prevent them from perishing altogether. Thanks to this foresight, many of the Egyptian rites and rituals and myths are available to us, even though a lot of the writings have still to be deciphered. The Hathor of Dendera was supposed to be the consort of Horus of Edfu, who was the avenger of his father Osiris. Hathor has cow's ears, and sometimes she is even depicted in the form of a cow, and is a feminine source of all nourishment. Sometimes she is depicted as a lion, in which form she is sent out to punish mankind for its depravity. The ceiling of the temple is supposed to depict heaven, the floor, the earth, and the columns and walls or worlds of God, man, and nature. Different rituals were held at the many halls here. There are many crypts here which are believed to contain things for the rituals. The priests would prepare the gods and take them in procession up the staircase. The crypts are lit by slits through which sunlight could come through. Another ceiling shows Nut, the sky, and under her there is a curious sculpture of the earth doubled over as if to show the rotation. Another panel shows the reconstructed body of Osiris. Isis hovers above him in the form of a hawk and is impregnated with the seed of Horus. At the rear, interestingly, there is a figure of Cleopatra. At another place, we find the birth shrine of Isis, Hathor's daughter, who is said to be older than her mother, just as Horus is older than his father, Osiris. There is a sacred lake with staircases at either end and passages going under the lake. The waters of the lake rise and fall with the waters of the Nile. Interestingly enough, we find there is a sort of a sanatorium along the northern part of the lake, which is built around a central pond of magic water with special properties of curing. An incantation for healing was also to be found at the base of a statue. Altogether, this is a very interesting temple and one of the ones which I really remember and liked very much.